નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. Hello students, welcome to 7th part of chapter 9, Soil of Standard 7 Science. In the last part, we discussed about the properties of soil, in which through activity we discussed the percolation rate. And what is percolation or percolation rate of the water? It is the amount of water absorbed by the soil in a given time. The amount of water absorbed by the soil in given time is known as percolation rate. Okay, remember well. So we discussed in the last part the percolation rate, isn't it? And the formula to find out the percolation rate is what? The formula to find out percolation rate is what? Look into your textbook on the page number 101. Percolation rate into bracket milliliter by minute is equal to amount of water divided by percolation time. And now today we will discuss the moisture in soil by performing an activity 9.5 or fifth activity we can say. And the aim of the activity is to observe that soil contain water. So first of all, let's start with the textbook on the page number 101 and keep a sharpened pencil also with you. Okay, let's go for this. Have you ever passed through a farmland during a hot summer day? Have you ever passed through a farmland during a hot summer day? Perhaps you noticed that the air above the land is shimmering. Above the land is shimmering. Why is it so? Try out this activity and find the answer. See, whenever we go through in the hot summer somewhere, and whenever we passing through the farmland, we find that somewhere far over there the air is shimmering. You must have observed that. And first of all, let me tell you what is shimmering. Shining with a soft, slightly waving light. Slightly waving light is shimmering. And you must have observed that during hot summer. Okay. So let's find out that whether the soil have or contains moisture in it or not. And for that, the activity 5 aim is to observe that soil contains water. And now let's go for the procedure. Procedure is as per the textbook. So take a boiling tube. Put 2 spoonfuls of a soil sample in it. We have to take a boiling tube and have to put 2 spoonfuls of a soil sample in it. Heat it on a flame and observe it. Then we have to heat it on a flame and observe it. See, figure is already given over here. So look into the figure also. How to heat it. Do not keep the boiling tube in your hand. You should do something like this. Okay, hold it with the help of the stand. Do not hold it with your hand. Okay, and heat it on a flame and observe it. Let us find out what happened upon heating. Do you see water drops anywhere? If yes, where did you find them? See, on heating the test tube from the base, we can see some droplets, and but where? On heating, water in the soil evaporates. On heating, water in the soil evaporates, moves up and condenses on the cooler inner walls of upper part of the boiling tube. What happens? On heating, water in the soil evaporates, we know that, moves up and condenses on the cooler inner walls of the upper part of the boiling tube. You can see we are heating this, and on heating the water evaporates available in the soil, and what happens? It will condenses over here somewhere inner part of the tube, which is cooler. On a hot summer day, the vapor coming out of the soil reflect the sunlight. Now we discussed that. Have you ever went in the hot summer days? So let's see. On a hot summer day, the vapor coming out of the soil reflect the sunlight, and air above the soil seems to simmer. Now, before this simmering, let's discuss this activity through this also. So, we discuss the procedure. Now, let's discuss our observation. See, on heating the soil, small droplets of water appear on the cooler inner walls of the upper part of the boiling tube. That's what we discussed. But what is our conclusion? The conclusion is that on heating, water present in the soil evaporates and then condenses on the walls of the boiling tube. This confirms that the soil contains moisture. Look into the textbook once again. After heating the soil, take it out of the tube, compare it with the soil which has not been heated. Note the difference between the two. After heating the soil, take it out of the tube. Compare with the soil which has not been heated. So you will compare the two soils, heated soil and not heated soil. Note the difference between the two. You will find that heated soil is completely dry. Why? Because we heated it and the water available, or we can say moisture available in the soil gets evaporated, and that is why the heated soil you will find completely dry. But the not heated soil is not dry. We can see that. Okay. And now let's try to understand the absorption of water by soil. We know that we did this activity also to understand that percolation, isn't it? So we know that the soil absorbs the water, isn't it? But absorption of water by soil, the rate of the absorption, that is what we are going to discuss in this one. So absorption of water by soil. Do all the soil absorb water to the same extent? That is also a good question. Do all the soil absorb the water to the same extent, or it is different? See, we know there are three types of soil. One of them is sandy soil. Second one is clay soil, and third one is loamy soil, isn't it? And whether all these three soil absorb the water at some extent, or is it different? We know aerated soil. You know aerated soil. Okay. Now you do one thing. Think about it. And we will discuss this absorption of water by soil and the activity 9.6 in the next part. by this time we are ending this part, and if you could not understand the moisture in the soil, watch this video repetitively and read this absorption of soil and activity 6 also, so that we can discuss in the next part very easily. And by this time we are ending this part. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Take care of yourselves and we'll meet you in the next session. Thank you.